The unofficial start of summer will be giving New Jersey residents more than one reason to celebrate. Mask restrictions in the state being eased just in time for the holiday weekend, which means COVID numbers continue to move in the right direction. Governor Phil Murphy announced the news during his press conference yesterday. He joins me now to discuss the details of his decision. Good morning to you, Governor. Thanks for being here again.
Thank you for having me, Dan. Good to be here.
So, Governor, before we get to what's happening in the world of COVID, I do want to talk about what is today, and that marks the one-year anniversary of the death of George Floyd at the hands of police officer Derek Chauvin. And you know, Floyd's death prompted police reforms across the country in New York, but not necessarily in New Jersey. The state legislature has not voted on the chokehold ban, nor on ending qualified immunity for officers. Where do you stand on those issues?
Yeah, God bless George Floyd. Let me start by saying he should be alive today. It remains a tragedy. And I would say this, there's been a lot of steps that have gone in the right direction. I would say with respect to your specific question, there have also been other steps. The Attorney General has revised the guidelines on use of force, for instance. Yeah. Within the past year. That's a meaningful step in the right direction. Body cameras are now proliferated throughout law enforcement in New Jersey. Excuse me, we've spent the past year seeing a deepening in the relationship between law enforcement and the communities they serve. Yeah. We had hundreds, if not thousands, of protests, rightfully, people rightfully angry. Overwhelmingly, they were peaceful. We're on a journey. You know, the jury's conviction in Minnesota, someone said, well, that's not justice. It's a step in the right direction toward justice. I support that notion. We are on a long road digging out of, you know, remember we're in the first years of the 5th century since slavery came to our shores. We're decades into the damage from the war on drugs. This is a long journey. I think we're making positive steps, but we have a long way to go.
A journey indeed. Thank you for addressing that off the top. And now let's talk about what's happening in New Jersey in terms of COVID. A big step for New Jersey. One of the last states to hold out on easing mask restrictions. So for you, Governor, what were the determining factors for you to say, you know what, we're going to make the official announcement ahead of Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah, so Dan, the CDC made their masking announcement on May 13th. We weren't ready for it. We respect the decision, but we're the densest state in America. You know that we got clobbered not once but twice, over 26,000 losses of life. And one thing I've learned, and we've learned, that in a pandemic, if you have more time on the clock and the numbers are going in the right direction, you can make meaningful progress. Yeah. So between May 13th, when the CDC made that announcement, and this coming Friday, for instance, we will have vaccinated hundreds of thousands of more people who hadn't gotten a vaccine before then. Hospitalizations down meaningfully. Rate of transmission, positivity rates down meaningfully. So that time on the clock has really helped us. We think we're ready to go to open safely and responsibly, and we're looking forward to a great summer in Jersey.
You mentioned the vaccine, sir. Where are we? I know you had a goal for June, right? Where are we in terms of percentage of people vaccinated versus herd immunity in the state of New Jersey?
Yeah, we're up there. I mean, among big American states, I think we're probably as far along as any state. We have over 70% of our people, our adults, have received at least one shot. You're absolutely right, Dan. Our objective is to get 70% of our adults fully vaccinated by the end of June. It won't be easy. We have a massive program called Operation Jersey Summer underway to try to get us there. I think we can get there, but we particularly have a long way to go in communities of color. The equity reality in vaccinations is one that is the slowest to get there. We've got a big door-knocking campaign, to give you an example of this, up and down the state.
You know,
yesterday,
some states, Governor, not to interject,
Camden, Trenton, Jersey City, Bayonne, Passaic City. Those are all majority communities of color, for instance.
Some states, Governor, not to interrupt you, I'm sorry, are doing incentives, right? We're seeing the Vax and Scratch, lottery tickets, any chance that you'll be able to do some incentives? I know you're doing the state park tickets and whatnot, and the dinner with you and the First Lady. Anything else we could see?
Yeah, listen, we're doing a fair amount. We've got a shot and a beer at our breweries. We've got some of the best craft breweries in America. We're doing Uncork the Vaccination at our great wineries. You're absolutely right, free pass for the entire season, beginning this Thursday. If you prove you're vaccinated, to any of our 18 paying state parks. You do get dinner with the First Lady and myself. So we're constantly looking at a variety of steps, and we'll continue to do that. So far, so good, but we'll continue to see where we can get stronger.
Yeah, I heard that dinner comes with a +1, so that is huge too. MetLife and Prudential,
that's true.
They're going to 100% attendance. That is huge news, 100%. Will masks be required for that 100% attendance?
Yeah, so that is the answer is not required unless the operator of those venues determines that they want to require some amount of standard beyond where we are as a state. But you're absolutely right. As of this Friday, we're doing away with the 6-foot social distance rule. That in outdoor venues, that was the one that was preventing us from going to full capacity. And then a week from Friday, we're going to eliminate what is now a 30% cap on large indoor venues, and those are 2 big steps.
And briefly, we're almost out of time here. You know, there's been a lot of talk about vaccine passports, right? And whether or not you need one to get into certain places. Where do you stand on that issue?
Real quick, mixed emotions, open-minded to it, but as long as we're not where we need to be on equity, I don't want to even inadvertently discriminate against big parts of our population, and that concerns me. Will we ultimately get there? Yes, but we're not there yet.
And for a business who says, you know what, I still want you to wear a mask, regardless, they'll be able to do that.
They can do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely can do that. A business could put in place something that is quote unquote stricter than our policies, and I want folks to hear that they should abide by them.
Understood. And it is the unofficial kickoff to summer this coming weekend, Governor. And I am not a fan of roller coasters. However, there is one in the state of New Jersey that is going to be opening. It is a monster. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called the Jersey Devil. Do we have the video for you? Just in case you need to see what it looks like, okay? Can we roll the video, guys?
That's a deal.
There's the video. So, Governor, how will you be kicking off summer? Will you be the first? Will you commit to being the first on the Jersey Devil?
Dan, I will not commit to that, with all due respect. That is a little too steep for me, but I suspect it's going to give thousands of people a lot of fun this weekend and excitement.
Governor, if you commit, I'll commit. We could do it together.
That's a deal. That's a deal. I'll take that under advisement. I appreciate the offer.
Take it under advisement. You, First Lady, it could dinner and then a roller coaster. Sounds like a perfect combo. Governor Phil Murphy, always appreciate your time. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Dan.